What's up with it, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Raider Honcho, and I'm back with a brand new video for you. Alright guys, get right into it. You already know the vibes. You already know what type of time I'm on. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, well damn, subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho. Now, I don't even know where to get started because it's been a while since I did a video. It's been a while since I kind of had a conversation with the nation. That shit got a little ring to it. But anyway, it's so much going on, and like I said, I know you guys, there's a lot of stuff out there on social media, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, that everybody's breaking news and everybody's reporting this. That's just not what I do, okay? Understand that I'm a football coach, and I'm more about watching the games and giving you my opinion on what I see in the games. Every now and then, I'll give you my opinion on what's just going on if I got time to do that, right? So, I got time today, okay? So understand, pull up a chair. I'm calling everybody to the front of the congregation because we got to have these conversations. We got to talk about what's really going on. Everybody tells you the little bits and pieces of what they want to tell you about. Oh, I believe in this and I believe in that. It's all political now. Raider Nation and YouTube and Twitter has become politics, okay? I can't say this. It might interfere with my politics and my political connects. I remember Jay-Z said that in the song. And it's very apropos. It's very appropriate for what's going on right now, right? Nobody wants to really tell you what's really going on because they're afraid that if you don't like it, you're not going to go watch their videos. You're not going to go click on their thumbnails. You're not going to subscribe to them. You're not going to follow them on Twitter. Well, listen, I'm Mr. I don't give a damn, okay? I'm going to tell you what I feel is 100% real based on what I feel and what I'm seeing. Not based on what someone's telling me, not based on how it's going to affect people coming to my channel or anything like that. So let's just get that out of the way, okay? So you might hear some things in this video that might make it hard to smile. I don't give a damn. It is what it is, okay? So when you talk about the Raiders and the situation that's going on right now, first and foremost, to the people that's out there acting like you're not allowed to have an opinion, shut the hell up, okay? Because everybody out there nowadays seems to have this idea, this mentality that if I disagree with anything, then that means I don't believe in anything. Like that's what's going on right now, right? Like if I say anything that you deem negative or that you feel goes against your opinion, my shit is invalid, I'm negative, I don't have no trust, I don't trust the process, I need to be patient. Shut the hell up, man. Okay, some of us have been Raider fans for over 30 years, and I know I might look like I'm in my 20s, but I'm not, okay? I've been a fan for a very long time, and I've been watching the Raiders a very long time. I've been following the Raiders a very long time, and so when you tell me to be patient, I mean, shut the hell up, okay? I can be patient. I can trust the process. It does not mean that I need to agree with everything they do or every move that's made. I have to say A+. Every draft pick, A+. So much better than it was before. I don't need to do all that. Okay, so please get out of my mentions, get out of my comments telling me that because my opinion is slightly more negative than yours, and that means I have no trust in Ziegler, I have no trust in McDaniels, I have no faith in the Raiders, I shouldn't be a real Raiders fan. Like, you got to stop all that, okay? Now, when we talk about the 53-man roster, and I get a breakdown of it, and I look at it, it points to me in what I had an issue with when it came to draft night. And that was the fact that we did not address defensive tackle. Everybody knew who I wanted to draft in the first round with our first pick, and it was a bad look for the team, and it was, well, now look, defensive tackle seems to be an issue on our team once again. On top of that, you have an organization that drafts two guys that now going into the second year you get rid of. To me, that's just a bad look. And it's okay to say that. It's okay to be like, you know what? I love the Raiders. I love the direction they're going in, but I really don't like that had to happen in order to get there, okay? Like, just because I'm okay with the destination doesn't mean that I have to be okay with the journey. Like, I'm allowed to have problems with certain things that I'm hearing. I think not drafting defensive tackle in the first round was a problem. Period. I gave the Tyree Wilson draft pick a B+, and I got killed all over Twitter because it was a B+ and not an A+. Well, an A+ to me would have been addressing the position you needed the most, which was defensive tackle. Defensive end was a nice pickup. Tyree Wilson's going to be a good player, but we already had two on the roster that were stars, right? So I thought we needed to address defensive tackle, and right now, you see the 53-man roster, and defensive tackle is nowhere to be found. It just doesn't look great on paper, right? Doesn't mean they can't be good, but it's okay to have an issue with what you're seeing so far. Linebacker room. The linebacker room looks really, really weak in my opinion. And I'm not saying that they're trash. I'm not saying that they suck. I'm not saying that we can't win games. So miss me with all that. All I'm saying is when I look at the 53-man roster and I look at the papers and I look at the names on the papers and I look at the production from the names that are on the papers, it just doesn't look all that great to me. It looks subpar to what the league average would be, in my opinion, when it comes to the linebacker position and the productivity. That's just my opinion. I'm allowed to have that, right? I look at defensive back. Now, I'll be the first to tell you. Defensive backs are pretty damn good, okay? The DB room looks good, and everybody knows that I'm a former defensive back coach. I still am a defensive back coach, but I'm a defensive coordinator. So defensive back kind of is like, it's under the umbrella for me at this point. It's not my bread and butter right now. But I think the defensive backs look really good. Everybody knows that I'm a huge fan of Trayvon Merrick, and I think Trayvon Merrick is going to take a huge step this year because I think that he's the type of player that needed an OG. He needed a big bro. He needs somebody to show him the ropes because this isn't TCU where you're only going to play the quarters coverage or play in the post. Like, there's certain other things that you're going to have to do at the safety position in the NFL because you're adjusting so many formations. There's so many checks. There's so many rules that comes in the 4-2-5 if they're playing split field coverage or they're playing divorce or marriage to the front six. You never know. I don't know how they're running that. But there's just so much to know at that position at safety back there, and I think that you might need somebody to help with showing you the ropes. And I think bringing in Marcus Peters, although I don't think he's going to be the Marcus Peters that we're expecting him to be, which is the superstar Marcus Peters, I do think he's going to be a good player. I do think he's going to be the best corner on the roster, and I do think he brings an intensity and just a persona and some credibility to the back end of that defense that we didn't really have before. And I think all the young players are going to benefit from that. I think Nate Hobbs is going to benefit from that. I think Jacorian Bennett's going to benefit from that. I think anybody who plays in that secondary and is going to be in that secondary room is just going to benefit from that. And so I think the back end of our defense is good. I think the edges on our defense is good, the defensive end positions. But that interior defensive line to me is going to be a problem. And I think it's going to continue to be a problem when you talk about stopping the run because the run is if you can't stop the run in the NFL, you're just doomed, right? The playbook is wide open because if you can't stop the run, then you're more susceptible to the play action. And that's really a quarterback's best friend, right? It's the run game and the play action game. And if you can't stop that, you're really at the mercy of what's going to happen. And on top of that, when you talk about the second level and you talk about the linebacker group, well, the linebacker group to me is not all that great in coverage. So when you talk about playing in a 4-2-5 where you're going to get a lot of coverage from your linebackers, I'm not convinced that they can get the job done. I have no problem with being wrong. And I think that's another issue that is going on in today when you're talking about the YouTube channels and you're talking about the Twitter. And look, this is not directed at any YouTuber because I don't watch YouTube. Right? I just don't have the time to watch YouTube videos. I really just see stuff on Twitter, right? And to me, what it feels like, and this goes for everybody, it feels like everybody's afraid to be wrong. It feels like everybody it's so much easier to just agree with everything right now and then turn around and bitch about it later than it would be to just call out the things you think are inconsistent now and then maybe be wrong about it later. I have no issue with being wrong. Like, that's just a part of life. You're not going to be right 100% of the time. But at the end of the day, that you're still allowed to stand on something you believe at the moment that can be wrong later on. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not out here to tell you to disrespect everybody else's opinion. I'm out here to tell you that if you see something you don't like, it's okay. You don't have to scratch your head if it doesn't itch. You don't have to dance if there's no music. Like, you guys don't have to fall in line and just say, oh, I don't want so-and-so to dislike me, so I'll agree with them. It's okay to just say, you know what? I respect so-and-so and I respect their opinion, but I just don't like some of the moves. I didn't like some of the draft picks. I don't like the fact that we didn't address linebacker and free agency. I don't like the fact that we still prioritize the offensive side of the ball when everybody knows for years the offensive side of the ball has been okay. It's the defense that needs to improve for us to have a chance of winning championships, for us to compete for championships. The defense has to be able to stop teams from scoring 35 points because at the end of the day, that's where the NFL is. You can't touch wide receivers. You get all kind of personal fouls if you hit people too hard. It's designed to score a lot of points. So you can look at it as like, well, then we need the offense to score a lot of points. Well, technically, you're going to need a defense that can get some 3 and outs. You're going to need a defense that if you're on defense the last possession of the game, you got to be able to stop a team from getting 50, 60 yards to kick a field goal to win the game. At the end of the day, the wins and losses are going to come to teams that have good defenses. I'm not saying superstar defense. I'm not saying a defense that holds teams to 14 points. I'm saying a defense that when you need a stop, they can get a stop consistently. And I just feel like the Raiders haven't had that in a long time. And I thought this offseason was the offseason to address that. But it looks like the Raiders are going to Raider, and it looks like the same thing all over again. You take a step forward and take 2 steps back. And that's what I feel like when you release 2 defensive tackles going into the second year. It's like, if that was Gruden, everybody would be going crazy. And as much shit as everybody talks about Gruden, some of Gruden's picks, I mean, look, at the end of the day, 2 of the top 5 players on our team right now are Gruden picks. So I'm not here to discuss That would be a whole other topic, right? To discuss what Gruden has done versus what McDaniels and Ziegler. I'm not trying to do that. I do like the direction the Raiders are going into. I'm not as negative as some people may think I am just because I don't like everything they do. I don't have to sit here and like everything the Raiders do in order for me to be a Raider fan or me to support the Raiders or me believe the Raiders can be better in the future. It's just that the process has taken really long and we have been really patient, and some things just don't make any damn sense. And when it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make dollars, and I'm going to disagree with it. That's just how I feel about it, okay? If you like the video, like the video. If you don't like the video, I don't give a damn, okay? Get down in the comments, let me know what you think. Are you okay with what the Raiders are doing so far? Are you pleased with what the Raiders have done this offseason? Are we better than you thought we were going to be? Are we worse than you thought we were going to be? Are we right where we should be? Get down in the comments, let me know, all right? Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho. Until the next time, as always, Raider Honcho out.